As you all may know, the Electro Archon is one of my favorite— Raiden, what are you doing here? The Electro Archon, Kujou Sara, is one of my favorite characters in Genshin, and today we're going to be building her to be the burst DPS that she deserves to be. Oh, but I hear you whining. Isn't Kujou Sara supposed to be a support character? Well, my friend, that's where you're completely wrong. And I can prove it to you by doing this. Fuck, I didn't craft enough masks. Ahem. As I was saying, I can prove it to you by doing this. If I'm being honest, I really do just love Kujou Sara as a character. And honestly, I think it's really sad that she's really underutilized in the game, both in the main story and in events. And so today we're gonna try and give her the respect she deserves. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. First things first, she's already fully ascended, which is nice. That's a lot of extra work we don't have to do. I've also leveled her up to 85. I don't know, that's just what I like to take my characters up to. For weapons, she's using the Stringless. So obviously, the passive of the Stringless that increases elemental burst damage by 24%, which is obviously what we're looking to build, is for elemental burst damage. EM as the main stat on the weapon isn't the greatest, but I think the passive well makes up for it. And that's already level 90, so we don't have to do anything there. For constellations, she's C6, of course. Nothing but the best for my queen. Unfortunately though, none of these constellations are really going to help us, well, I guess except for her C5, that increases the level of her elemental burst. So this is honestly really just for show. Talents, as you saw, her burst is crowned. We're not really going to be using these anyways, so we're not really going to have to worry about them today. Finally, that brings us to her artifacts. And yeah, I know, this is a mess. She's currently running 2-piece Thundering, 2-piece Gladiators. This flower actually isn't that bad. We could actually end up using this. This circlet, well, this circlet is just an embarrassment. I don't know why I took this all the way up to 17. I have a feeling we're going to scrap this one and use it to level up some of our other pieces. Now the goblet would be great if it wasn't a 4-star artifact. This Sans, there's no excuse for this Sans. I don't have anything to say here. And this feather sure is a feather. So let's get all these artifacts removed. There, a clean slate.
To strike your foe takes unity between mind, arrow, and bow. Listen, thunder speaks the will of the almighty Shogun.
What I'd like to do for her artifacts is 2-piece Emblem and 2-piece Thundering Fury. And I've been farming the Emblem domain for quite some time now. And earlier today I thought I'd take a look at some of my artifacts and start prepping for the video. And what I found out, well, let me just show you. I have almost nothing good. Okay, this flower is pretty good. That's already on Raiden. This flower is not as good. We have a couple decent feathers, sure. So I don't know what to do with these. I'll be honest, I was actually kind of hoping we could do a 4-piece set, but unless I probably go back and do 3 more weeks of farming, I don't think we're gonna get that, so we're gonna have to settle for a 2-piece combo. So first things first, I think, let's decide on a goblet for her. So as far as electro damage bonus goblets go, we have the one that Fischl is already using, which, oh my god, why does she have that? That's terrible. Never mind, that's a different video. We have this one, which is, this one, and this one. Yeah, really, really not great options. Let's start by trying to level up the Shimenawa one. Alright, let's see what it is. Crit damage. Okay. That's a crit rate, crit damage, attack percent artifact. That's not bad. Let's see. Really? It's just one roll. It's just one roll. It's fine. It's fine. It's just one roll in its defense. That's all. That's all it's gonna do. Hey, see? Come on. Come on. Come on. Try it again. Hey. Okay. Final roll. Attack percent. I've had worse pieces, but I've had a lot better too. It's the fact that this Sans is energy recharge, and it's the only energy recharge piece, and that it has one good substat. Now, okay. Now this feather could be a godsend. Crit rate, ER, the EM we don't really care about, but hey, those are some pretty good odds. I'm feeling good about this one. Let's see, what's our fourth stat? Attack percent. Again, there are much worse options. Let's hope we get some crit rate and energy recharge, that's all. Crit rate. What did I say? See, what I need to start doing is I need to start doing more artifact farming on camera, because I always have streamer luck whenever I'm recording it, but I'm just playing on my own. Like, it's like, well, you don't need to make content out of this, so why should I care? Okay, we got one EM roll, but it's fine. And come on. ER? What did I say? What did I say? This is going pretty well. And finally, ER again. That is not a half bad feather. Again, I've seen much worse. So, okay, we have a goblet, and we have a feather. You know, this isn't a bad flower. I don't know why I was writing this one off before. And like, considering the quality of our other emblem pieces, I'm trying to decide if the main stat energy recharge is worth it. Let's level up the flower first. I'm feeling better about the flower right now. Okay, that may have been a bad feeling. I don't know if this flower is worth it anymore. I'll take it a little bit higher. Okay, if it's another bad roll, then we'll scrap it. Okay, we're scrapping the flower. I think it is worth it to just go for the main stat. I do. Since we really don't have many better options. And we got defense percent because of course we did. My game just likes kicking me while I'm down. EM, sure. It's the energy recharge that we care about. Okay, that does hurt. Please. Please. It's worth it for the energy recharge. It's worth it. It's worth it. A little attack percent. Yay! Nice. Please ignore the crit rate. Please ignore the crit ratio. And look at the funny number. So if we want to complete this build, we're going to need a good electro flower and a good electro headpiece. Currently my best electro flowers are being used, and I'm morally against swapping artifacts. Mostly because I know that I will simply forget to swap them back, and I will be running official with no artifacts for 2 months and not notice. And this flower is okay. We're really missing some crit rate and crit damage. So we really need these last two artifacts to pull through, and these two just aren't gonna do it. Now, our circlet could save us. I think this one is our best bet at the moment, because Lord knows we need the crit rate. Oh, and we get a bonus attribute. Please let it be ER. It was in fact not ER. Okay, this circlet might be going downhill fast. It might be going downhill very fast. It might not be panning out like we wanted it to. Please, sir, can I have some crit damage? Please. No! Please, just one roll under crit damage. Just one. Just one. No! So, if you'd like to know how we're looking currently with 4 out of 5 artifacts, yeah. Hey, that's a real nice energy recharge, I gotta say. But, that's not great. We need one hell of an Electro Flower. So I was just doing some testing out against some random monsters here, and Sara is actually doing really well so far. Like, I'll put it this way, she's doing better damage than my Raiden. And she doesn't even have all of her artifacts yet. So once we get this flower, she's gonna be insane. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it actually might be worth it to farm the Electro domain. And I haven't done this in forever because this other set that comes with it is so unbelievably useless. But I think as far as video production time goes, it'll be a lot more efficient to just farm this set directly rather than just do it all through the strongbox. So looking at what we have right now, we do actually have some not bad options. Like, this one has crit damage and attack percent, this one has crit damage, this one has attack percent and energy recharge. So these flowers could end up working out for us if we don't farm anything worthwhile. So without further ado, let's get farming. Now, the thing about this domain is that I hate this domain, because if you'll take a look at the enemies here, they're all Electro. What are all of my built characters? Also Electro. So this is not going to be fun. Damn, Rosaria is really dead. Well, that's not a bad feather, but not what we're looking for. You know, it's come to my attention that I have no idea how to use Yelan's skill on PC. Can you tell that I'm used to being a mobile player? Like, if it isn't obvious, my hands are not used to this configuration on the keyboard. This domain has no right to be as difficult as it is for me. Well, the right set for 2 terrible artifacts. Next. Is she wearing a thong? Jesus Christ, girl, you're gonna give yourself a wedgie. God, Yelan is just so fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a flower! Crit rate, crit damage. 2 other not great substats, but still, that's a contender for sure. I'm stuck against the wall. Help. Help. Guys, this is all I can see right now. Help. You know, people don't want to admit it, but Scaramouche really is a fan service character. Like, everything about his design is catered to be fan service to female fans who are simps. Y'all might not want to believe me, but it's the truth. Shit and slightly less shit, but still not what we're looking for. Don't worry, we still have 5 more runs of this. Are you excited? 'Cause I sure am. Can you let me have my burst, please? I have dead characters here. I do really love just how much synergy Yelan and Scaramouche have. Like, putting them together, it's so satisfying. You know what isn't satisfying? When my characters get animation locked and I can't switch out of them. Well, we're going to go craft some more condensed resin anyways, so we might as well take Scaramouche to get healed. Trash. And not great. Well, our luck hasn't been the best so far. But I saved up my resin for today for a reason. I just got a notification from Genshin Impact on my phone that original resin is fully replenished. Bitch, I just crafted all of it. There's no way. Trash, and pretty much trash.
It's the abyss.
Ah, there he goes again. Also, if you're gonna go into the comments and complain about how I should be doing much better at this AR, that's kind of the point of this series. If you didn't watch my previous Genshin video where I did the Spiral Abyss for the first time, I came to a realization at the end of it that my account kind of sucks for being AR 56 and for having played for over a year and a half. And the point of the series of me building characters was to improve my account and actually make my characters do decent damage. So the reason we're struggling right now is because the only 2 builds I've done so far have been joke builds and are none of the characters that I use right now. Like, eventually, I will do episodes of building Scaramouche, or building Kokomi, or building Yelan, or building Rosaria to actually be a support. And when I finally do those videos, then maybe we'll have an easier time in domains like these. But for now, this is my account. You don't have to like it, but that's what it is. I'm actually really surprised at the amount of damage that Scaramouche does. Like, in this team specifically, he's probably my best damage dealer, and I'm gonna guess that's purely only because of the buffs that his weapon gets. Wow, 2 pieces of trash. Yippee. Say is I really don't know where my account would be right now without Kokomi. Getting Kokomi early on in my account has really saved my ass so many times. Wow, shit. And even more shit. Wait. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. Alright, gang. This is the last run. And finally, it's over. Alright, last condensed resin, give us something good. Pretty please. Okay, 3 artifacts, I respect it, going out on a high note. Hey! Hey! And that's eh. But we ended up with 2 good flowers. That only took me a cool 45 minutes. 45 minutes for 2 good artifacts. Yeah, seems efficient. Now though, let's shove some of the duds into the strongbox. Come on. Is this not the exact same flower we just got? Flat defense with crit rate, crit damage? I'm flabbergasted. So upon closer inspection, these feathers are not identical. Actually, this one has slightly higher stats. So I think we might try this one first. But looks like we're looking at attack percent. You have my attention. You're holding my attention, okay. I'm listening. I'm intently listening. I'm still listening. Okay, I am pretty satisfied with that. The question is, could it be better? The curiosity in me is wondering if one of these two could get better crit rolls. Let me just see. This one also rolled into attack percent as the 4th stat. Are you kidding me? Why are these artifacts twinning? Not gonna lie, this one might be better. Please, if the last roll goes into crit damage, I will scream and wake up my mother. Okay. Mother can stay asleep. Oh, I'm gonna switch it. I'm doing it. And that's the build. Pretty happy with that, honestly. Now, if we just take a little look at her details here. Okay, admittedly, it's still not great. That ratio is abysmal for a character that I'm trying to build as a DPS. But for the video, this is where we'll leave it for here to test out. So it has been a few days for me here, but we're back on Genshin and it's finally time to test out Kujou Sara. However, I did do another wish before I started recording, unfortunately, and I actually got something that we can use for Sara here. So if you remember, her weapon is the stringless, and I got my first ever refinement for it. So now our elemental burst damage can be increased by 30%, which is pretty nice. Also, yesterday was the 3.8 special program, and they did confirm that Eula is officially going to be having her second rerun, finally. So the next Genshin video that I do will almost certainly be me pulling for Eula, so look forward to that. And so I can actually show you here. So you saw earlier that her burst was pretty much at 0. And you can see here actually how easily her energy recharge gets it back. There it is. And look at that! We're averaging like over 20,000 damage per hit, which is pretty fucking nice. What you may not know about Sara is that her burst actually gives the same buff that her skill does. So I can actually show you just how much she improves Raiden's damage as well with her burst ground. Okay, here we go. So, E, Q, and you see we're getting Raiden to hit 20k as well, which is pretty freaking impressive. So now I'd like to do a little bit of testing of some alternative builds for her, namely alternative weapon options. So obviously we have the stringless here, which increases the burst damage. However, what we could also do, and I just have to borrow this from Yelan for a moment here, is give her the Favonius Warbow. This has a much lower base attack. However, it also gives an extra 50% energy recharge. You will see with my bow equipped, she now has 245% energy recharge, which is more like what you want to have for a burst DPS. Actually, what we can also do here while we're waiting for the Registine to respawn, we could actually level up her skill as well, which I think would be worth it. So let's go craft up some stuff right now. Wow, really just one talent book away. And you know, maybe in the future, maybe I will triple crown her. Who knows, maybe she'll be my second character I triple crown. She is one of my favorites, so she would be worth it. But for now, Fischl is the only person that gets that honor. Look at how smug she is. She knows she's my favorite. Alright, now let's go see what she does with her talents leveled up just a little bit, and with a little bit of a different weapon. And I'm gonna see which build I prefer here, if I prefer more burst or more damage per burst. Man, and her skill still really does and not do a lot of damage, even being leveled up.
Storm the front!
Okay, so she's still hitting for 20k, which is really good to know. I will say I can't exactly say if I'm noticing much of a difference in how fast she gets her burst up. Yeah, see, I'm really not seeing much of a difference, and I think that's because her crit rate is so terrible right now, because this weapon actually relies on critting to get the particle bonus, which obviously Yelena's a lot better at doing because she's meant to be a DPS. So for now, I actually do think we are going to keep her on the stringless. So let's jump down there one more time and see if we can't finish off this video with a bang and see some big PP damage.
Illusion shattered!